Hey, this is Peggy with Easy Peasy Machine Embroidery, and today I am using Sonnet Platinum because that's what I have, but you should be able to do this in the silver version as long as you have a Modify tab. And what I'm going to do is take a full color design that has a black outline or a solid color outline around different parts and pieces of it and turn that design into what we would call a black work design or a white work or red work or whatever color you want to use. So let's begin. First, I'm going to show you where I got the design that I'm using, and that is designsbysick.com. It's a really great site when you're starting out. You can have the VIP membership and download whatever's on their site. So there's a plug for designsbysick.com. And what I'm going to do is I used the baby elephants on their site, and this is a typical black line, a full color design that has black outlines. So all you need to do is left click inside of the design, anywhere inside of the design, and you get the box around the design. Then you go to Modify, and you can do this two different ways. You can just unclick the black and go over to Box Select and box around all of the colored items, and that leaves just the black behind. Or you can do it the opposite way. So Control Z puts it back, and you can unclick all the different colors to see what's there. So I'm leaving everything that's black on there, and I'm going to do a box select, and I'm going to do a copy, which puts it down into my clipboard, and I can go home, delete the original, and right click and do a paste. But there's one more thing I'd like to show you here, and this is in the Platinum version. We have a bunch of jump stitches here. And I know that they are jump stitches because if I go to Modify, the dotted lines are, let's see, the dotted lines mean that what do you call it? There's been a trim. So there's just a trim here, and it's going to jump up to here. A solid line, on the other hand, means that there's an actual stitch there. And if I click and say select stitches, you can see that that's the stitch, and I'm going to move it back down here. And that didn't work. Let's do this again. Oh, it was a double stitch. So I can move that stitch right on back down here. And I can do that with all of those things. But if you have the Platinum version, what I'm going to do, zoom back out, I'm going to go to the Home. I'm going to right-click over that section of the film strip and say Edit in Stitch Editor. Do not click on Finish. And I'm going to zoom in. Now I'm going to go into view and say I want a 2D view with stitch points. So it's going to show me where the stitch points are. And like right here, you can see that there are actual stitches there. Well, let me zoom in a little closer. And those actually are not stitches. So I am just going to go to Modify and Insert Trim Command. How do I know that those weren't actual stitches? Because when I clicked on Select Stitch, it would not box in that stitch. So what I just did is I went to Modify, Insert Trim Command, and I clicked right on that line, and it inserted a trim command there. This would be a really long stitch that you would have to trim. But when I take and insert a trim command, it will trim it for you. So basically what you want to do is turn all of these straight lines, solid lines, into the dotted lines. There's that, and here, and there. And what I should have done is this was a stitch. I should have actually gone here and selected that stitch and just hit delete on the keyboard. Because there would have been a trim command right there in the center. So I do that to the whole design. Go to Modify, Insert the Trim command. And when I zoom back out, see there's a stitch. Go to Home, select Stitches, get rid of that, hit Delete. Modify, Insert Trim. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom back out. There's still a few there, but you get the idea. And when you're done trimming all those trim stitches out, those long stitches out of there, you can go into Life View and see what's left and then go back in and finish it off. So that is how you're going to turn a black outline colored design into a red work type design. And now I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to X out here, which takes it right back into the regular embroidery mode. And I'm going to do a File, a Save As, and I'm going to put it out on my desktop, and I'll call it ELEP. I'm going to put it on my desktop because this is not a file I'm going to save probably. But I'm going to go into Create, and I'm still in the Platinum that has the digitizing. And I'm going to say Cancel here and insert an embroidery to my desktop to right there. And I'm going to ungroup and I'm going to take all those satin columns. So I'm going to go to Global Properties I'm going to take all those satin columns and change them into a satin area. And now I'm going to change that satin area into a motif line. And I'm going to, let's do, actually I can do a double stitch or triple stitch and remove the fill. And let's see what that did. And we can say this again, this was originally done as a fill. So you're going to have a double line of stitches. So that's really not going to work too well for this design. But you get the idea. So I'm just going to go Control Z and leave that as a satin stitch. And if I really wanted to, I could right click on some of those lines and get rid of them. Just by clicking on them and hitting the delete key. And there they go, bye-bye. So that is the other way to remove some of those long stitches. There's another one. Let's see. Right there's one. Here's one. And I may have to zoom in real close to this one. And zoom in. Come on. And I think we have them. The only other thing that I would probably do here is those satin areas. I would go to Global Properties. And see what I can do here. Let's get rid of the fill and try a satin line. And I'm betting it's going to do a double satin line. Let's see. Yep, that's what it did. So I'm just going to go back and do a Control Z and change it back. All right. So that's how I changed that color design into a black lined design with just the black outline. Okay, and catch you later. Bye.